So our topic today, we were talking about hang-ups. We were talking about physical hang-ups that we have, emotional hang-ups, things like that. And then we're talking about how we're going to work to make those better and be more okay with those things. No matter who you are, you have things about yourself that you don't always love. Any kind of hang-up that I've ever had has been because someone else mentioned it or said it, I think. I once, when I was younger, had it pointed out that my eyes are very small, which you might say, oh, your eyes aren't that small, but I carry that with me. Also, my eyes are 2 different shapes and 2 different sizes, which I don't know if you can see it, but see? See? Little things you didn't know about me is I look like I'm 2 different people. I also have these little baby hands, these little baby feet, and I feel like little child hands. I don't know, it's weird. I'm accepting them. I'm accepting them. There are always those moments when you look in a magazine or you see someone in a movie and you're like, oh. Generally, when I have those kind of moments, I try to think of the things that maybe are part of my life that I have that those people might not necessarily have. With my body right now, I feel really happy. And I know I'm sure I'll get people like, oh, you think because you lost weight and blah, blah, blah. But it's not just like losing weight or anything like that. It's just I know what my body is capable of. I feel like, especially in the past few months, the fact that I'm like jogging and stuff like that, I'm proud of the fact that my body can do all these things that I didn't think it could do. And also, I went to Forever 21 the other day, and not a Forever 21 with the plus size section, because those are few and far between, and I actually found things that fit. This top, which is a large, and I'm sure it's supposed to be all billowy and flowy on a little girl, but on me, it fits, and I can wear it over tank top, so on, so on. Like Crystal would like these. Little skirts. I find myself when I'm shopping for things being like, what would Gabifresh wear? And if you don't know who Gabifresh is, I'm going to link her below. Twitter, YouTube, blog, amazing. For me, the thing that I tend to have more of are emotional hang-ups. Basically, I went through a situation a few weeks ago where there was a boy who I was friends with who we might have hooked up a few times. And like when we were hooking up, everything was good and fine and dandy. And then like it was the morning after where his recollection / story / what he told his friends and roommates completely different than I honestly believe what happened and what I remember. And so I felt very thrown under the bus and very betrayed. And I've started to realize a lot of things about myself in the past few weeks. Number one is that I am too trusting. I want to believe in the best in people. And that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But it tends to be a bad thing when you take those losses very much to heart. When it comes to people that I consider friends or people that I let into my circle, I feel very betrayed. And it's very hard for me to get over that right away. I tend to focus on those things a lot and constantly go back in my head of like, what could I have done differently? What could I have said differently? What was the moment where I should have turned and ran in the other direction? And I'm trying to get better about realizing that you cannot, it's done. Like just saying it's done, it's over, it's done. Like all you can do is kind of move on from it. I feel like I kind of ignored my intuition that this wasn't going to end well, that this person was really trying to tell me, not in words, but in other actions, like, I don't give a shit about you. You mean nothing. I don't give a shit about you. And I didn't listen to it because I was trying to be young and carefree and do things, and it's a bad idea. I feel like I have to work it out creatively. So I've been writing a lot of songs. A lot of new songs. Being able to put it out there, so even if it takes me a few weeks or a few months or a year, like I have those songs and one day we'll be playing those songs and say, oh my God, that's what I meant. Oh my God, that's how I've changed, or oh my God, that's how I should change. You can choose how upset you let someone make you, or you let something make you. If someone does something or says something and I'm like, okay, well that was really awful and I acknowledge that, but like that doesn't mean I have to carry it around with me. I don't have to sit here and deal with this. Like not everything needs to be solved by me. Not everything has to be perfect. Sometimes I can walk away from a situation just because. Sometimes I can say goodbye because I need to, not because it makes sense or it's the right adult thing to do, but because that's what needs to happen. I feel like right now in my life I'm in a very selfish phase, but not like a bad selfish. Like a good selfish, like, you know, I tend to give a lot of myself and I tend to take things very much to heart and get very upset on behalf of other people. And I think now is a time where I'm realizing I don't have to do that. Like, this is my life, this is my circle, and I get to be as upset about things or as happy about things as I want to be, and I don't have to explain my feelings to other people. And I don't have to do that. I can I can just feel the way that I want to feel and the way that I do feel. I don't always have to go like 20 steps ahead and be like, okay, well, this is what I know the mature adult response is. This is where I know eventually it'll end up. This is where I know it's supposed to go. Like sometimes I can just take some time and I can be upset. I can be selfish. I can be moody. I can, I think you just gotta be able to communicate that with the people around you that like, okay, I'm in a moody place right now. Like you don't want to talk to me because it's not gonna end well. It is what it is, and I love you girls very much, and we are coming up on our 3-year anniversary. Looking forward to talking to you guys and what you want to see and, what you want to talk about.